Warning, it should go without saying, but this underground quarry expedition is extreme and should not be attempted without the experience and training in caving, trad rope work and abseiling. Once you are in the cave, there's no easy way out. Experience in prusicking up a rope and using an ascender, as well as setting up adequate protection, are essential. Due to the immense size of the quarry, this expedition should not be attempted without full knowledge of the route. My name's Kate, and that's me in the middle, my son Draigen to the left and his friend Josh to the right. I've got 10 plus years experience climbing and mountaineering, and in the last 3 years I've been expanding the use of my skills to caving and exploring underground quarries. 6 months prior to this trip I had a particular interest in exploring Caruso Quarry, and I'd been researching the cave networks and the route. But unfortunately that didn't quite prepare me for what was to come. And while I realise that posting this potentially exposes me to ridicule, as leader of this expedition, I still believe that I did the right thing. The safety of every member of my party remained at the forefront of every decision I made. I had the knowledge, I had the experience, and calling mountain rescue isn't by any means something to be proud of. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that it wasn't the right decision to make. So here's our story, the start of an amazing journey that just took an unexpected turn. You decide what you would have done, and don't forget to write them in the comments.
And I can't wait. This is meant to be a bit like Snakes and Ladders. We just got to find it. And as soon as we found it, I think we're going to have a whole lot of fun today. So there's Connect in the background. It's very direct and uphill. I can't lie. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for a number of reasons. Number one, I know we're abseiling down. It's pretty dark already, and I know from what I've heard, the exit's hard to see with this low cloud. Doesn't fill me with hope, but it's early in the day. Anxiety is a good thing. I've dropped a pin, good old Malcolm knows that we're here, so yeah.
So that's safety point number 1. If you are ever going underground, make sure you tell someone responsible where you're going, what time you're going in, and especially what time you expect to be coming back.
Just got interesting. Come on, Draigen. So this is to stop rocks falling on people. And I remember this in the video. Right, this is our first junction, guys.
Now, this is a quarry with a huge number of chambers, and you can hear that I'm already noticing I've mapped out this route in my head. I know the features that I'm looking for, and that is so important if you're leading an expedition like this.
Be careful, guys. I think this is... No, it's water. Look in. This is where they actually dive from. You see into where you can go under it, this. You can go under that. Yeah, it's like gold. What is the mineral? Looking at how shiny all this stuff is. Oh my God, look how beautiful and blue the water is.
There were so many chambers that it was actually really hard to find the route at the start, but eventually we got on track.
For more exploration now. Got 2 junctions. Not overly sure which. Oh, white X again. These are a good sign.
It's really important that you understand some of the cave signage. Crosses and tags like this are quite common, and even though the minerals often shine. For challenging routes, often reflectors and pieces of foil are used to help you navigate your way. So here's our first abseil.
We're going to go and do the abseil.
So even though there's systems set up, that doesn't mean you don't do the same protection as you would with your own gear. Check the quality of the rope and make sure there's 2 stopper knots on the end.
Just abseiling into the abyss. That's it.
Sick, what the hell?
Oh, you definitely had the smoothest ride down. Well done, Draigen. No. This has started to get very, very cool. Love it.
So at this point, I know that we're searching for a second abseil. It's good to give Draigen the opportunity and the experience to start to develop his understanding of how to find his way through a cave system. But this is just an example of how it doesn't come that easy. Having sent Draigen off, he was quite confident that the route that I had sent him was not the correct way. I wasn't too worried about this because I wanted to explore other parts of this cave, and we found this ladder system. But we spent a bit more time considering this as a route just because of what Draigen had said about the other direction. It turns out he was completely wrong. With me just walking in exactly the same direction, I found the next abseil point in no time.
Here comes Josh coming down our second abseil. These guys are going across the zip wire. Where are you, Draigen? I can't even see you. Oh wow, there he is. This is where they come from. The zip line was less fun. A Via Ferrata underground, I've got to love it.
Actually, such a cool idea.
Yeah.
It's a really cool cave. This might be my favourite.
I think it's mine too. Look how beautiful and blue that water is. Oh, it's just got better. It literally got better. We've like found the route and everything.
Yeah, if I put my GoPro, it'd be crazy.
Is it rickety?
It's very rickety. But that's what's cool about it. Can I wear a next coat?
Look at him.
Yes, I'm last.
Yeah, that's fine. Very hard because when you come out, you just have no idea. You're just in this abyss. And you have no idea where you're meant to go.
And I think an important point to make here is when you're underground, it is incredibly disorientating. I compare it to mountaineering in the fog, or you might in your mind know the map and the direction. Because your visuals are so limited, you tend to doubt yourself a lot more. And in this video, I have shown you all of the best bits, but you have to understand that there's a significant amount of navigation that is required in order to find each of these fantastic features of this route.
Which way have we turned now? We went to the what's it packet, and then are there any X's on the wall? Because they would be really helpful right now. I've not seen any X's. Can you believe where we are? Like, what is going on? Like, this is so big. Ended up coming from over here and crossing this little path, and we went left. I think, oh, here we go. That looks about right to me. Yeah, no, this is definitely it. I remember this. We've got to put protection in. Just to say, this place is absolutely amazing. They're in the back. This is our next. Look at them. Go. We're now going round the corner. And then we found that we think this over here is what Draigen is now going to proceed to. You alright?
Yeah. Oh my god, this is really dodgy.
Nice.
So cool.
Go on then, Josh, off you go.
What, there's artifacts over there, is there, Draigen?
Look at this, guys.
Imagine getting 7mm wetsuit.
Just these sheer drops. And then right through. It's the most amazing adventure ever. Give us a cheer. Yeah! Now Draigen is going to go and walk along this ridiculously balancy beam. Don't fall, Draigen. Oh my god. He is right quite high above the water, if you have a look. Now entered the Chamber of Horrors.
Wait.
What's it say?
Continuous rope pulley system. Boat. Beach.
What?
Shark. Oh, that's not looking too good.
That is what that is. Oh, there's a boat. There is a boat. Oh my god, that was so exciting and scary. So basically, the boat has got holes in it. And I had to go across, not knowing if I was going to make it, not knowing where I was going. And I was literally just balancing. Like, I was leaning back and balancing. I got caught in the middle.
With any situation, I always put myself first. There were sharp spools of wire underneath the lake, and to prevent the boat from getting caught again, I maintained the tightness of the rope. Josh is about to come across. That's him getting in. I can hear him getting wet. Lean back and just pull yourself across. Now, my findings of my research were that travelling across this lake wasn't going to be an entirely dry experience, but there hadn't been any mention of parties struggling with this part of the expedition. In fact, the most significant challenge was yet to come: the prusik up the rope to get out of this lake system.
You just need to get to the other side if it doesn't go well.
I was prepared if anyone got wet. I had dry clothes, I had a survival bag. Getting across was the most important element of success.
Oh my God, he's not even in it. I can see you actually abbing.
This is like the most insane thing I've ever done.
I know. Once you've got your feet in, Draigen, just sit down at the front as quick as you can. You're waist deep. Get back in the boat as quick as you can then. Don't stand in it. Are you going to weigh even more now? Right.
So this is where things started to take a turn for the worst. Draigen had to abseil down into the boat, and on his first attempt he was unsuccessful. I remembered that there were 2 bolted lines as part of a traverse, and instructed Draigen to heel hook and pull himself back up and out of the water. We were deep within this cave system, and it turns out that that water was only 2 degrees. And with the effects of the cold water on Draigen and risk of hypothermia, every decision that needed to be made needed to be done swiftly. Myself and Josh pulled the boat back to our side of the lake. We emptied it as quickly as we could and sent it back to Draigen.
Massive system failure. So me and Kate have made it successfully across in the boat. It's very sinky. Draigen fell in. The boat's not very strong. It's sunk. I don't know when the last time this was used, but I think at the moment he's going for round 2. He's trying again. I'm just going to see what happens, but he's soaked and cold and it's getting emotional for him, I'll be real, but we'll see what happens.
On Draigen's second attempt, I told him that I just wanted him to sit in the middle of the boat. He was already wet, so it didn't matter about him getting any wetter. We just needed to get him across to the other side. But unfortunately, even when doing this, the entire boat sunk. I could see from where I was that the rim line was submerged, and this second time his whole body had gone underwater.
So we are stuck. Draigen is too heavy to get on the boat, which is very old and sinking. He can't get across this water and he's stuck on the other side.
I knew I had to move fast, but I also knew that I needed to consider all options. With Draigen being unsuccessful in getting across, I had considered going back and supporting him. But the issue with this was, even if he was successful in getting across, there was every potential that the boat was compromised, and that there was every possibility that I too could have become submerged in the ice cold water. At this point, with one person at risk of hypothermia, as the lead of this expedition, it was important that I myself did not become another casualty. And while that might sound dramatic, that was the situation. Draigen had been sodden in ice-cold clothes for over 30 minutes at this point. The other consideration was whether to try to get him to swim across. But the lake was about 50 metres in distance, and as we mentioned before, the temperature of the water increased the risk of Draigen drowning during this process. Not only this, but as I'd mentioned before, there were sharp coils of wire submerged under the lake. It became quickly apparent that getting out and getting help was the best way of maintaining the safety of everyone involved. I sent across a survival bag and some clothes and started to look for the exit.
Kate has managed to get out there and she's gone to try and find an exit, try and find some people to help. But at the moment, me and Draigen are stuck here for we don't know how long yet, so this has really taken a turn really has. It genuinely feels like I'm in a movie right now. I'm just sitting here on the edge of water with him stuck all the way over there. And that is where she came out. I can't imagine what it's be like for him. I keep talking to him and just found somewhere to sit. Just eat him. Trying to get a bit of fuel in me. And Draigen! You still okay, yeah? Okay. So Kate got on the boat at 1:40, 1:49 I think. It's now 3:39. So we've been in it for quite a while. Kate still hasn't come back. I've just been sitting here. I keep talking to Draigen, just seeing if he's okay. But yeah, that sound of water is really starting to piss me off. But yeah, I just hope she comes soon, I really do. So, I'm laying down now. Kate came back, said that she went up about 5 different ways and couldn't find anything. She's gonna go a different way. The way she hasn't been yet, she's gonna try and find it. Try and find some sort of way to get out. I'm very cold. It's been about an hour since the last video. I've just been trying to sort of lay here and sleep. Keep talking to Draigen. Kate doesn't come back. I'm just praying she's found a way out. I can't feel my feet anymore. My torch is about to die. My phone's got like 50%. I just really hope we can get out. The one thing that I keep thinking is, yeah, Kate's gonna find a way out. Yeah, she's gonna get us. Yeah, blah blah. It's like we've descended at least like 150 meters, 200 meters. Like we did 2 giant abseils down into here, and like fucking, we were so high up a mountain when we came in. Like, just the whole thing's gone haywire. I don't know, everybody always says, oh yeah, it happens, whatever happened to you. Oh yeah, what happened to me? It happens to everybody, what happened to me? Just don't think like that, because I thought like that. And now look at me. Put some waterproof trousers on, and she's been gone now for like 2 hours. She has to have found an exit, surely. She can't be in there for more than 2 hours. She has to have found an exit, because I don't know how much longer I can last here. I'm actually freezing. I'm so cold. I'm just curled up in a pool just trying to warm myself up, but I don't think there's any way. She has to have been out. Someone's got to be on the way, surely. I've literally been laying here for like an hour and a half. I'm freezing. My feet, I cannot feel my feet anymore. My feet are so cold and wet. I don't know where Kate is. She hasn't come back yet. Oh, I'm really excited for it.
I've got out and I've see what I'm fucking making. I don't know what to do now. Like, remember, Kate, it's not this one. You go up, around, and then it's down that side, and then you follow it all the way down, and then when it gets to a break, it's going to little hole on the right. You're going to go down, and that will take you along the tracks. This is the quarry. It's over here. This is where they are. This is the first time I've actually had to ever call mountain rescue, and you know what? I do think this is kind of what it's for. I don't think I did anything stupid. I think the boat is an issue. I definitely think the boat is an issue. I can't go back to them. I can't actually get back to them because someone needs to be here to take the calls, and I'm feeling really just really irresponsible and shitty right now. Like, I was so tired just running, just trying to find an exit. I was so overwhelmed by that. This is only a log for you guys because I don't think I'm going to be posting this, but oh bloody hell, what a day. So I've called mountain rescue. Took a long while for me to finally find the way out, but there were these tiny little bits of foil that helped me to see the way out. And yeah, as soon as I'd sort of clocked one or two of them, I was so lucky because it's really, really, really hard to find that exit. It's like a straight up, which makes you think I'm going to have to go back in there. I'm cold, I'm hungry. You guys have got all the food. Yeah, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about both of you. Massively worried. I feel like I did the best that I could. I feel like you two being together is the right thing right now. I feel like I brought a blanket, which is really good because this is the sort of situations when you need it. I just hope you're both sensible down there. I hope, Josh, you can just be there for Draigen and just talk and know that that help is coming. And I just hope, Draigen, that you are doing everything you can to stay warm. That's all I'm just sitting here hoping and praying for, really. You know, I know you've got water, I know you've got food, so I know you're going to be okay. I just hope that you're okay down there, because when you're down there and you don't know when someone's coming, it must be really scary. And I'd love to come back. I literally would, but I can't. I actually can't come back to you because I had to free climb up this thing that terrified me, in honesty. Everything's wet. I couldn't fit through this hole that I was trying to get through that was like on the side of this mountain. So I had to take my backpack off and I'm pushing it up this hill and it's rolling back down at me. And I'm just thinking, you've got to get out, Kate. You know, there's no way unless you can get out of this bloody quarry. You're stuffed. I don't know how we would have done it, but I guess we could have put some gear in, but I can't do that on my own. It's just not been ideal. And I'm really cold. I'm really, really cold. I'm just sitting here now. I don't know how long I'll be sitting here waiting. 5:17:17 and I've just tested my blood and it's low. So it's just like, this is super bad. I've stopped the insulin now, so my sugar will come up, and I've had enough food to survive on, so I keep telling myself I shouldn't worry, but with all of the adrenaline and then stopping and being in the cold, that scares me too. I'm so grateful. They're very, very lovely. Just got information to say that they are on their way. There's a team of cavers going in to get the boys with the dinghy, so I just worry about them so much. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys aren't too scared. It's freaking freezing. If you knew how much I've put into trying to make this work. But yeah, it's looking up. Finally got on a path.
You need to stay on your side for the surface evacuation.
What I'm scared about is like those kids, if they're under there for that long,
I can't see the sense in that.
Because they'll be thinking, I said to them, I kept going and trying to find a different exit because I could not find the exit. I kept coming back and saying, kept coming back and said, look, I'm going to keep looking. And Josh is just like, you just need to go and get help. And I said, mate, I know that. That's what I'm going to go and do. But what if they're down there for so long and then I did say to Draigen, I said, do you realise it's going to be hours? So they should have that understanding, but I'm just thinking the two of them together, is Draigen going to try and swim across? And is he going to try and climb that, because it's a prusik up, I've got the prusik, so... One of them's at the top, yes, but you've got an abseil down and you've got to climb up the other side. Yeah. And that climb up the other side is quite a tricky climb. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, but I've taken...
Well, he's not in the water, is he? He's out of the
I've got a foil bag for him, so he's got that. But it's so cold down there, isn't it?
So the update is that cave rescue team have all gone in from the opposite side, and we are now waiting for someone to come out of the cave to give an update on what's happening inside of it.
Okay, so we've literally been stuck in this cave. I tried to get across the boat and it's sunk because there's a giant hole in it. Josh and my mum got across to the other side. They managed to get across, but I weighed a lot more than them and I couldn't get across. I've been waiting here since 3 o'clock. It's currently 8 o'clock. It's 7:54 and the first cave rescue people have just come. Me and Josh have been waiting down here by ourselves. I've been completely separated from him, barely able to talk. And my mum had to do this really hard climb apparently to get out. And yeah, first people finally came at 8 o'clock, but I have to wait longer because they have to get a boat for me.
I've had confirmation they are both out. What a journey. It's been very, very emotional. To conclude, Mountain Rescue provided us with an amazing service. And those of us who love and enjoy the outdoors, mountaineering, climbing and caving, do what we can to mitigate risk and minimise ever having to use this service. But when we need them, I feel more respectful than ever of the help that they provide. Without them, there's no knowing how severe the outcome could have been. And yet this is a service that still relies almost totally on donations received by the public. But it shouldn't take an incident like this to receive gifts. And gifts don't really provide the ongoing support that a monthly payment would. For just a small amount like £5 a month, you could make a real difference to this amazing team. And in my 10 plus years of expeditions, I never thought that I would need them. But just like Josh said, here I am. In honesty, I feel a little ashamed until now for my lack of support. So if this video has inspired you to donate, then please click the link in my description. Thanks so much to everyone for watching. And like I said at the start, I'd be interested in your comments. But please remember, even when you're sharing your opinions, be respectful and kind.